I'm going to get Instagram pulled up. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the Lemon Glow Flow. We'll have a little bit more information coming for you as I get this up and going. All right. All right. Hi, Eden. Thanks for joining. Did you see that thumbnail with the kittens? Gypsy's still on here. She's so sweet. All right, let's get this going. So this evening, I'll give a little description. We're going to do what I'm calling the Lemon Glow Flow, which is inspired by the the song Lemon Glow by Beach House. So if you've never heard that, you've got time. You can go ahead and look that song up. Hello, Pat. It's so good to see you. I've got Eden on YouTube and Pat on Instagram. This makes me so happy. So I wanted to do a flow this evening that would wind us down, but still give us a little bit of energy to carry out the rest of the evening. And hi, Simone, it's so good to see you too. You're here. And we are going to get started here in just a few moments. I'll see if anyone else wants to join us. But if you are not familiar with this new series that I'm doing, it's called Yoga to My Favorite Song. And we're going to start with some of my personal favorite songs and doing flows inspired by them. So Tuesday we did Blackbird by the Beatles, and today we're doing Lemon Glow by Beach House. So we'll do some of my favorite songs for a few weeks, and then I would love to have suggestions from you all. So Pat, if you want to throw me a metal song, we could do another metal revival, or Simone, if you have any of your favorite songs, Eden, any of your favorite songs. I'm excited about this. I think it's fun and a little bit different. So we'll go ahead and get started. Hopefully my phone. Hi, Lucy, you're here too. Hi, Lucy. Thank you. It's good to see you. I'm glad you saw my cats. Heck, we've got like the whole crew together. Well, not the whole crew, but a pretty good portion of the crew. So we'll go ahead and get started. So get on your mat, get cozy. Let's see if Gypsy will share with us. Gypsy, can we share with you? Is it okay? Is it all right? It's on the lap. Just a minute. So go ahead and find yourself a comfy seated position. If it's nice where you are, if you want to join me outside, absolutely join me outside. And the exciting thing about having these on YouTube is you can do these at any time. If you're joining me on Instagram Live, I still haven't figured out a way to save my live videos on my channel, but we'll figure that out. But for now, go ahead and find yourself a seated position. We're just going to tune into ourselves first. So you can close your eyes down. Just take a few big cleansing breaths. And by cleansing, I just mean take a breath deep enough that it makes you feel a little bit newer. When I was younger, my mom would sit down at the kitchen table. She'd make dinner and then she'd sit at the table and go, and I find myself doing it all the time now, and I understand why. So give yourself a few of those breaths. In and out. Nice and deep. Let yourself slouch a little bit if that feels good. It feels nice to really open up. You could use your hands on your knees, lean back and open up. And sink in. And if the breaths don't stay as deep as that, that's perfectly fine. Just get to where the breath feels really comfortable. Still renewing, but nice and soft and easy. Just breathe with yourself for a few moments. That breath feels like it wants to sway you a bit side to side. Try not to make your body do the movement. Try to let your breath do the movement for you. Some spots in your body that were otherwise holding a little bit of tension. Maybe you feel those spots start to soften out. Imagine the breath coming in through the nose, traveling all the way down your body, down to your toes, and then traveling back up toward the heart, out into the fingertips, circling back through the hands, up through the arms, back to the heart, all the way up through the chest, the neck, the head, into the brain, and back into the heart. And they say it takes about 60 seconds for the breath to travel through the whole body like that. Nice full flow. And hopefully you're at a much more rested space now. So on your next big inhale, let your arms stick out to the sides. And exhale, this time bring your palms together and plug your thumbs into your heartbeat. Feel your heart pumping against your hands. Feel the added sensation of your heart beating here. Take another deep breath together. And exhale it out. Another big deep breath up. And just let it pour out through your nose or your mouth. One more round like that. And as you reach the bottom of this exhale, let the hands just soften down to your lap. Go ahead and tip over to this right hand. Take a big inhale up through that left side. Exhale, just sink on over. Feel that nice stretch through the side body. You can use a big breath to roll open again. If you're outside, you can look up and see the beautiful lit trees. Take another big inhale, lift up through the middle. And exhale, just soften to the other side. Let's just take a few rounds here. Opening up, softening in. Again, just let your breath move you. So your breath might lift you up, and your breath sinks you in a bit more. Come all the way back up through the middle, big breath up. Take a little twist over your left knee, sit up really tall. Inhale just lifts you through the crown of the head, and your exhale looks over the shoulder. You can even drop a lot of extra weight into this back hand, lean back and let the head come toward the shoulder. Take that top arm all the way up and over to the opposite knee. Get a nice little roll through the upper back. A little easy sway. We'll roll it back through the middle, big breath lifts you. Then exhale. Twist it out. Another big breath up. Lean back and maybe stand nice and tall, however it feels good to you. Another breath just takes this back arm all the way up and over to the opposite knee. Just rolling here. You ready? We'll come up from this one. Walk the hands back behind your hips. Lean back a bit here. If you'd like to press into your hands and lift your hips up, open up the heart center. And drop your hips down and take a little crawl forward. Nice and easy going. The head go. Maybe you even find a place to rest here. Breathe into the hips here as well. That'll get nice and deep into your hips as you breathe. We'll roll up from this one. If it feels nice, you can go ahead and just switch the cross of the legs. So keep the hips nice and even. We'll lean back and open up on this side. And take a little crawl forward. Nice little ease in. Maybe it even feels good to crawl over to one side or to the other side. We'll come up through the middle, roll back into the hips, close the knees up, and we're going to come around to all fours. So just swing the feet off to one side. Slide yourself around onto your hands and knees and give yourself a moment to roll around a little bit here. So you could walk the knees up a bit, walk the knees back. And on Instagram, if we've got a few new joiners, please do go ahead and join us. We're not very far into this. So you got time, grab your mat, or just do it wherever you're at. So as we're moving around here, you can stay on your hands and knees. You take a few rounds of cat-cow, dropping the belly and opening up, rounding into the back. You can also really crawl yourself around on the mat. Maybe take a full little walk around. Just taking your time with this. And the nice thing about this little crawl around is it gets into spots you don't normally get into when you're on your hands and knees. Keeps it a little bit more interesting too. Then when you're ready, go ahead and just start to slide the knees back, drop into the elbows. Maybe this feels okay on your lower back. If ever the lower back twinges, just drop down a little bit further. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, press into your hands and roll open. And then we'll exhale just to sink back in. So this could be very subtle. It could just be a nice gentle lift. And an exhale back in. Just take another round, whatever height feels good to you. You can even just come up halfway. And right back down. And go ahead and interlace the fingertips behind the tailbone. Reach back through your fingers, let your chest roll open. Maybe just rock a bit side to side. Nice big breaths continue here. If you want to, you can soften down, glue the thighs together and lift all the way up. And then we'll exhale all the way down. Plant your palms and shift your hips back to your heels. Nice little soft child's pose. Let your forehead rest. From here, we're just going to lift up enough we can slide this right arm underneath the left arm. Feel that nice, gentle stretch in the upper back. Breathe into this. Feel a stretch in the shoulder in the back. And we'll inhale back through. And exhale, soften. Another big breath to open up some space. And sink through on an exhale. Again, just breathing. And meeting back in the middle with an exhale. We'll crawl this one all the way back forward to all fours. So if you want to take another moment to roll around in your hips and belly or crawl around on the mat, you can go for that. Then when you're ready, we're going to tuck the toes. Use a big inhale to lift from the tailbone and an exhale to soften it. And just spend a moment pedaling through your hands and feet, finding a really gentle down dog. A lot of movement or maybe not a lot of movement, maybe a little twist here and there. And we'll take a really gentle walk up to the top of the mat. Just lean to the right, slide the left. Lean to the left, slide the right. Fold all the way in over your legs. And step your feet just slightly wider. Find a nice little forward fold. Maybe even grab opposite elbows and just sway it out. Your next big inhale, we'll roll this up to stand, really taking our time with it. Nice big breath up at the top. And exhale. Soften back in here. So if you are outside, if you have some sunshine, you could even turn around. Maybe catch a few rays of sun. A nice big breath. Inhale it in. And exhale. Big breath up. And exhale. One more big breath all the way up. And then we'll fold back over the legs. Nice soft bend in the knees so your belly can lay on your thigh here, just kind of getting gravity into the situation, dropping the hip down. If you're ready to drop the back knee, just stay nice and low. Go crawl inside this leg. Maybe it feels nice to take a twist. I'm a big fan of twists. They're also really nice for the insides to kind of wring the guts out. The intestines, the inner parts of yourself. Nice for releasing what we don't need anymore in the body. If you want to take a nice big inhale, thanking the sun for its glow. And then we'll drop right back down to the mat. Shift your hips back to a nice runner stretch. And if you're feeling really tight in the hamstrings, I'm feeling super tight today, put a really big bend into this knee. Let the belly really hang. Let the head really hang. And you'll feel the stretch all the way down the whole back side of the body. Even kind of angle this foot back a bit and come inside the leg. Rest here. And come back toward the middle. Back to a low lunge. Drop weight into your hands. Lift your hips up and over this right leg. Sink into this little forward fold. And again, you can put a really big bend into your knees. My belly is once again just really laying on my thigh. If you've got more room, you could lift up and straighten the whole lot. I'm just going to put a little bit of weight over here in this left hand. Place it really far over. Take a big inhale up with that right hand. Hip might lift with an extra breath in. Then we'll come through, ground your left heel, drop the right hand either outside the foot or to the ankle or the shin. Come all the way up into your chest. And we'll come back through the middle, drop the back knee, come around to all fours. Very slowly and gently we'll drop the knees back, rolling open through the belly and chest. Maybe even an extra big breath here feels good. And then we'll shift back through a child's pose and give yourself an extra moment or two in this child's pose. If the hips are feeling a little bit like they need some more attention, take your knees really wide on the mat. Let the belly fall down between and feel that stretch there. Even press into your hands, shift the hips back even farther. And when you're ready, go ahead and walk the hands up toward the knees, close the knees up, come back into our down dog. Exhaling just to settle the heels a little bit farther. Maybe step the hands a little bit wider, feet a little bit wider. And then we'll take another walk back up to the top of the mat. So really lean and slide. Lean and slide. Keep your gaze going back between your knees or your ankles. And find that nice soft forward fold. Take ourselves back up to standing. All the way to the top, arms reach up. And exhale. If you want to find the sun again, give some thanks for the light, for the warmth, for the end of winter. Take another big inhale, lift all the way up. And then exhale all the way over your legs again, just however you'd like. Lean toward the left foot this time. Slide this right foot all the way back to a low lunge. So just taking it slow. This time just matching wherever you're at on this side. So maybe this side feels a little bit tighter. Maybe it feels a little bit looser and more limber. And that's wonderful. So just meet yourself wherever you're at. And it's a good practice just to keep the head and neck really long, head really heavy. Just opens up a little bit more space. And you won't get a nice hurting little creak in the neck. Crick. If you'd like to open all the way up again, you can tuck your back toes for a little bit more support. Take a big inhale. And then we'll drop fingertips down. Shift the hips back. Nice bit of weight in this back hip toward the heel. Maybe a nice big bend into this front leg, or keeping it straight, whatever works for you. If you like trying to kind of tuck this heel and shift the hip all the way back so you can rest here, you can go for that as well. Just send some big breaths down this left thigh. And we'll crawl forward, a lot of weight in the hands. You can tuck the back toes, lift your hips up and over. Find a little easy, gentle sway here. Maybe a big bend. And then we'll lean over to the right hand, roll open through your left arm, maybe an extra big breath lifts your hips. And we'll slide over, grounding this back heel. Roll open through your right arm, big opening. And then we'll come right back through. Nice big bend in the knee. Drop this back knee, come inside. So it's really easy just to slide this left leg back around. And take another roll around. If the hips are feeling a little bit tight, you can drop the hips over to the left and over to the right. Then we'll work the knees back again, rolling open through your belly and chest. Another big breath. Press down, roll it open. And shift your hips all the way back to your heels. Just let yourself rest here. Really big breaths into your upper back. When you're ready, we'll come back forward, moving through to a down dog. We'll walk the hands back toward the feet at the back of the mat this time. So just shift your weight a bit side to side as you walk your hands back. Walk around this right foot for a nice little stretch. All the way over to the left foot. And we'll roll this one up to stand again. Arms reach up at the top. And exhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Just a bit of stillness, a bit of gratitude for this present moment. That's the thing about gratitude. It doesn't have to be about anything big. Meditation, peace, stillness, none of this has to be big. It can just be in one moment. Maybe we can learn to carry it to another moment. Another big breath up. Exhale over your legs again. We'll walk it back out to a down dog. Walking your feet up this time, all the way up to the top of the mat. Nice little slide. And fold up and over. Roll yourself up. Big breath up. And exhale. All the way into your hips. And we'll move all the way back to sit. You want to just end with a few more stretches. We'll extend this leg out to the side. Tuck the other leg in toward the middle of your body. Drop that same arm in. Take a big breath up. And topple on over. A nice little stretch. Maybe rolling open. You're feeling it a little bit more in the hamstrings in the back. You're going to roll up from this one. Bring that foot in toward the thigh and square off. Take another big breath up. And exhale. Come over this leg. And let this foot relax out. Maybe the hands slide down to catch the foot a little bit more. And we'll crawl this one up. Lean back and switch out the legs. Moving very gently, very kindly. Drop the same arm inside the leg. Inhale through the opposite side. Just sink on over. Maybe this feels great. Maybe it's more in your hamstrings today, in which case you can just square the chest off over the leg and crawl yourself forward. And also, if you don't have this flexibility in the hamstring, I feel you, we're just going to put a big bend into the knee so the belly can lay on the thigh instead. That'll keep things a lot softer. It'll actually allow the whole back body, the hamstring, to stretch and actually gain a little bit of flexibility without stressing it out. And then with time, you can scooch the heel out more and more and more and find a bit more. Come up from this one. If you'd like just a bit more, maybe the hamstrings or the inner thighs need a little bit, you can send both legs wide, lean back to open up. Maybe the hips lift. Maybe this is plenty to keep the hands behind the back. Maybe it's nicer to crawl forward. And this can all change day to day, so just go with what feels great to you. And ready to come back up, press into your hands. Lean back to bring the hands behind the knees. Just come back to a nice seated position where we can breathe once again for a few moments. And again, if you're outside and you'd like to find a little bit of sunlight, you found the sun, or you can imagine this. Visualization is hugely effective. Each inhale, you can imagine just drinking in, breathing in some of that sunlight. Exhale, it just fills up your body, settles in. With each breath, become just a little bit more glowy, a little bit more peaceful. Feel the warmth melting any tension out from your body. Maybe you get a little bit lost in the sounds around you in the present moment. This is a wonderful practice. Next, big inhale. Take the arms back out to the sides, all the way overhead. Bring your palms down to your heart, however it feels wonderful to you. Take another big inhale together. Just let it float back out again. More times, big deep breath in. And all the way out. One more round. Right back out again. This time, maybe bowing your head to your heart. The sunlight in me acknowledges the sunlight in you. Hope you're all feeling really awesome. That calmed you and energized you at the same time. If you stuck with me, I'm really so appreciative. I really, really appreciate it. It's really, I'll move a little bit closer to you. It's a really hard thing not to be in person. So I really appreciate you all being here. Pat, especially good to see your Instagram name here. And Kat, I see you just joined us. If you missed this video, Kat, you can tune in on YouTube. And for everyone, I put my link to my YouTube channel in the description of both of my Instagram descriptions. So it's on the Fluid Yoga description and it's on my personal Instagram description as well. And visit this video on YouTube as well. Simone, it was so good to see you. I met someone, well, see you. I met someone today from Brazil and it instantly made me think of you and I really miss you a whole lot. Eden, I'm glad you were here, and Lucy, I'm glad you were here. Really, really, it means a lot to have you all with me. So make sure, oh, I'm gonna squish my strawberry plants. Make sure that you drink some water. Pat, you're not the only one with quarantine body, believe me. Everyone, please drink water. Today I was at work and I was like, why do my muscles hurt so much? And the health coach was like, it's probably because you may be dehydrated. And she was absolutely right. It was dehydration. So drink water, eat some greens. Salad really helps a lot. The puppy just walked past. Get nutrients into your body, take your vitamin C, get your rest. And I will see you all next Tuesday, 11 a.m. I'll be streaming on YouTube and Instagram. And then Thursdays at 6:30. Songs to be determined and announced. And then I will, if you want to start submitting songs that you want now, please do. And maybe I'll scatter those in. Otherwise, I'll start in a few weeks. So I love you all. It was good to see you. Have a great evening. Take care of yourselves. Bye, Pat. Bye, Simone. Bye, Lucy. Bye, Eden. Thank you so much. Lucy, I'm so glad you liked that. Yeah, that, I don't know. I was feeling very inspired by the sun this evening, obviously. So thank you both very much for being here with me. I really appreciate it, and I miss you, and I hope you're staying well. And I will plan on seeing you next week.